Okay, so let me check the audio as well. Yeah. So hi guys, hope you're doing good, and I'm back with another video. So first thing first, congratulations to all of you who have been selected in phase two hiring, and a good news for you that there has been a special announcement that if you have graduated in the year 2019, 2020, and 2021, and if you're graduated, if your discipline is BTech, BE, ME, MTech, or MCA or MSc in CSIT, and for the other BTech and all of in any other fields or fields from this domain only. So there is opening for you as well. So you need to apply for this role, for the role of ASC or FSC, depending on your overall resume and your performance in the coding examination and your virtual interviews. So I'll be adding the link in the description. So head on and apply. I think the last date for registration is 14th of August. So you still have window for registration, and I think you should apply for this if you're looking for this role. Right. So you have been texting me on my Instagram and my Telegram, and I have received calls from you as well, and from my friends as well, and they have various questions regarding the onboarding process. Although I've made a one video on onboarding process, but still we all are freshers, and we had some questions which is quite relevant. So I'll be trying to taking down some questions which you have given me on my Instagram. Although I've tried to reply all of you and help you out, but still if I have missed, I'll try to discuss your questions. So I'll be taking the first question as well now. So I won't be disclosing the names, don't worry. So for the first question is, I think many of you have been facing the same issue, that do you need to upload the mark sheets from first to sixth semester, right? So for 2020 batch, you need to upload your provisional certificate as well and your mark sheets from first to eighth semester. But if you are from 2021 batch, you just need to upload your first semester to sixth semester mark sheet. Don't worry if you don't have the original copy. You can attach your soft copy or the copy that is available on the portal or your college website, and as for now you attach that, and you will be getting a survey mail, and in which you can mention why you don't have the original copy, or is it an internet copy. You need to mention the mark sheets which are from the internet or from your portal, so that won't be an issue. Another question is that you have a backlog in a sixth semester and the result has not been declared. So don't worry, you just submit your mark sheets from 1 to 6 semester. If they ask you to upload the backlog mark sheet, just upload that, and you do mention that we will have a section to mention describe the about the mark sheets. You'll be having various survey mails right before your onboarding, during your consent of onboarding. So you'll be have plenty of options to specify about the mark sheets and about your degree. So do mention that you have not received the original copy, and say that you have appeared for the exam and you are awaiting the results, and you're looking forward to clear the exams. So they will grant it. And if you're really and some of you are getting backlogs in a seventh semester, right? So this is a serious issue. There could be possible delay in your onboarding process because of this. So if you have attended a C2C meeting, or if you have you're about to attend your meetings with your HR, so there will be as I mentioned in my earlier videos, there will be a session with your HR in which they'll be guiding you how to upload the documents and what are the things you need to take care of. Like you don't need to fill up your NF form and JF form as of now, so many of you were worried about that. So they'll be guiding you through entire process. There will be a PPT they'll be providing for that. So in that session, which will be I think held for 2 days, and your respective assigned HRs would be there, so you can clarify your doubts with them. So yes, you need to mail them or get in touch with them about this issue. They will delay the process or postpone your DFJ for you to clear the examinations. And one thing you can do is get in touch with the college and try for a re-evaluation. So in most of the cases what happens that uh, due to hurry or due to this online process, there could be some issue. Personally for me, when things were offline, most of my friends got backlog in the first and second semesters, and when they applied for the reevaluation, all the backlogs were clear. So there could be some manual error, or there could be some issue. So don't you worry, just try to get a reevaluation. And if you're awaiting results for your backlogs as well, mention it in the forms if there is a option available, or get in touch with your HR, or mail the HR team as well. So don't worry, you won't be rejected. Yes, there might be a possible delay or hold, but you won't be thrown out of the company, or your offer won't be revoked. You just need to sit and be patient and wait to get your results or clear your backlogs. That is all. And if you have received your modules, try to complete the modules before your DOJ. Like, so for the most of the second phase, you'll be getting your date of joining from 14th of August, or and some of you will be getting from 28th, I guess. So if you have chosen 20th of August, you have really made a great choice, because you'll be getting plenty of time to complete the modules. Because once you get your DOJ, you'll be attending your meetings, you'll be getting your meetings for NOJ and all. So I'll be mentioning that in the next part or earlier part of the video. But as of now, for the backlog, yes, you don't need to worry. Just need to mail them and mention wherever needed. You won't be kicked out from the company as of now. Okay. So the next question I'm having is give me a second. Yeah, you have not received your learning modules, right? So as I mentioned, the registration and verification of your documents are not yet complete. So this is a manual process. There are people assigned in this team who would be taking care of your documents. If they are not as per their needs, they'll be rejecting your documents. So keep an eye on the mailbox, right? So it takes a lot, and there are various students in your batch, right? For my batch, there are more than 5,000 students in my team. So there would be a different team. You can check that team in your, if you have got your modules in your a dashboard. So you'll be getting your team and your respective team name and your ranking. So their numbers are huge, and manually verifying all the documents will really take time. So you need to be patient for that. And yes, once the documents are approved, or if some of them are pending, you'll be still getting a modules pretty soon. So don't need to worry about that. And yeah, you can get in touch with the team, and if they are not replying, they might be busy with that. Same happened with us. Most of them were getting the modules late, and there was a meeting, and the HR told that yes, they are getting the mails about this, and for individuals who haven't got their modules, they'll be getting it, and they'll be given equal amount of time to cover the modules, and their assessment, the TFA would be held accordingly. So don't need to worry about that. You'll be getting plenty of time for that. And for, I think, most of the off-campus cases, you'll be getting 45 days, and whereas for people, I think, got in touch with, they will getting 90 days for that. So don't need to worry, 45 days are still enough. I think I'm moving to the next question. Give me a minute. Yeah, so when you're uploading a mark sheets and a semester results, you'll be getting a warning that the degree does not match with your documents, and your college does not match with your uploaded documents. So this is just a simple warning. Just need to agree and move ahead. You know, when you're manually uploading your documents, it's not able to catch the phrases which have been mentioned with your document, right, which you have earlier mentioned. So this is some technical issue from their end. You just need to agree and continue, and there won't be any issue as of now for that. Moving to the next questions. Yeah, some of you are also getting options that your degree is BTech, but it is showing BCA, and your college stream is not showing, I mean, a stream of graduation. So, and it has been auto populated. So don't worry, it has been auto populated, and it will be taken care of after onboarding as well. So don't need to worry about that. Yes, but you can mail them for that as of now, but it is not fixed, and it will be taken care of, and you will be getting options to rectify them once you are onboarded. So there is nothing to worry as of now. And next, moving to the questions. Yeah, So most of you are from phase 1 and you have cleared your TFA with a good score as well, and you still haven't been onboarded, and your date of onboarding was, I guess, 14th. So I think you have need to get in touch. I was dealing with some people who are from my batch as well, and they were not onboarded, but and they were really panicking that they have been rejected and the offer has been revoked and all. And they got in touch with the HR team and waited for that. And I recently got in touch with them, and they told that yes, the process has initiated, and they have been onboarded, and it may take time as per their uh, urgency. So you don't need to worry about that you will be kicked or offer would be revoked if you have done everything correctly. If your documents are as per need, if you have cleared all the exams by correct means, if you haven't been indulged in malpractices, you won't be facing any issue. And if there is a delay, that is every delay is from their end only. There is nothing, you are nowhere at fault, so don't worry about that. Yeah, again I'm getting a question about PF. So, and digital signature. So if you're not getting an option to bring in your signature from which you have scanned already, so you just need to do is there would be option to sign. I think there would be option to sign, and just need to sign it with that, and the rest will be taken care of. Just need to sign the documents as for formalities. And for manual process, you will be just need to do is there would be a mail you will be getting in which you need to courier all the documents. You need to take a printout of all the documents mentioned in that mail. There will be a list of 10 to 12 documents along with your photographs. I need to take printout of that, wet sign them, and need to courier them to the desired location. They will be mentioning the address as well as the entity for your role and designation. So as of now, as per the formality, just e-sign them, and just that would be it. There is nothing more you can do about it as of now. Moving on, for PF, if you have a previous employer, uh, you will be getting your PF account number. Sorry for. So you need to get in touch with them and get all the details and fix all from the previous employer. So for freshers, there's nothing of your concern, and for people who are experienced or who are switching to Accenture, it is same rule for everyone in every company. You just need to get your PF number or another details from your previous employer. So get in touch with them. Right. So we have next question is that you have your you have need to upload your marks till you have got your marks till 6th semester, and there is a criteria for, yes, there is a criteria for 6.5 CGPA, but it has been mentioned that your CGPA must be 6.5 till your graduation, I mean till your 8th sem. So if you have a CGPA 6 point, someone is having CGPA 6.3 till their 6th semester and they haven't received their results for 7th and 8th semester, don't worry, you'll be getting your results. And as per online examinations, and even if you're attending exams offline, the last 2 semesters are really easy to score because less number of subjects and your projects would be easy and all. So you'll be getting more than 8, I think, or 7.5. So it will be easily balance up, and you'll be getting more than 6.5. So you shouldn't be concerned about your CGPA. Moving on to the next question. Yeah, the same concern that they're having CGPA of 6.23, and it is up to their third year second sheet. So I think some of the colleges are having 1 year mark sheet which will containing the mark sheet of both semesters, right? So same goes for you with whatever mark sheets you have, you upload it right now, and you will surely qualify the 6.5 criteria after your 7th and 8th results. So don't need to worry about that. Moving on to the next question. Right. So some of you are having questions with semester marks filling, right? So if you look at your mark sheet, you'll be getting your specific credit points and the grades that you will be getting, right? And when you multiply the two, you'll be getting your actual desired uh, total points. So if I have a subject, say data data structures, so data structures has 2 points and I have got 7, so my total point would be 14. So when you put your points 2 and your acquired points 7, automatically it will show 14. And for the grade points, yes, you need to put A, B, C as per your norms, which will be given on your mark sheet as well, A, B, C, E, O. So you need to put that manually. And if it is a mandatory subject, you need to mention that. If it is some of our subjects which are not mandatory, suppose there are some soft skill subjects which don't have any grades or one grade, so you can put it mandatory as well or optional. For us, machine learning was optional subject in our last semester, while some had options to choose advanced computer architecture. Talking about CSE or CSE, so you may put optional for that, and or even if you put a mandatory subject, it won't be any issue. So whatever the mark sheet pattern you have in your semester mark sheet, which is provided by your college, and try to match that with on the portal, which is on the task portal. So just make sure that your overall CGPA and your credit points match. That's it. It should be exactly same. Okay. Again, you're asking that if you need a passport on mandatory for onboarding or not. Okay, so you don't need a passport. Yes, if you have mentioned it, you may try to provide it, or there would be an option that you have applied or not applied for it. So for me, I haven't applied for it. I won't be leaving my country anytime soon. So I have applied. I'd say no. And if you have it, or if you have applied it, say yes. And if you don't have it, that also won't be an issue. You still have Aadhaar card and your PAN card and voter ID card and all. So that would be too much. So don't worry if you don't have a passport. Right. So I have a next question. Uh, yeah. So I have a question regarding the spouse details. Right. So as I mentioned in my earlier video that if you have put single in your marital status, so you need to fill your in para B of your PF details. You need to put your spouse details, right? So we talked. There was a session, and it was mentioned that you may totally skip that part, right? So you don't need to put your spouse details. And as I mentioned in your countdown to Accenture portal, you just need to skip the gratuity form, the PF form. As of now, the first four options were not really mandatory, but yes, you may put your skip that part or just put your parents name in the first para A, and the last that you don't have any family or put your spouse details, just skip that part. And if it is not giving you option to skip that part, skip that form only. It won't be an issue. It will show review or incomplete. That won't be an issue. Just fill in your educational details, your basic details, your mark sheet, certificates and all. That would be all. Don't need to worry about that. Right, moving on to the next question. Just give me a minute. Time. Important points that complete online forms, employer documents, and action items. Yes, you'll be getting a mail to complete your actions on Countdown to Accenture portal. So, and you're not getting option to upload it. So there would be an action portal which would, I think, unlock a week or 2 weeks before your date of joining, right? So for us, it unlocked around 8 to 9 days before our date of joining, and you'll be getting the options to upload all your documents. And you need one thing I need to mention that for uploading your semester mark sheets, you need to upload your semester mark sheets from 1 to 8 or 1 to 6 or whatever you have, even if you have a degree with you need to upload that and zip that within a 2 MB file. So that is won't be possible as we all have each of the files having more than 500 KB and 1 MB. So you need to do that, refer to some third party website or I can mention one website and upload all the documents there and compress it. Even if you can compress all by yourself, that would be also an issue. So you can do that, and the portal will unlock eventually for you, so don't need to worry about that as well. So that was all about today, and some of you were asking if you have got your assets or not. So you'll be getting your assets after your date of joining. So suppose your date of joining is 5th of August, so you'll be getting your assets a day or before, uh, not before, after the date of joining. So you'll be getting a mail of system enablement, which will give you an option to update your nearest landmark, right? I think just after joining or on the date of joining as well. So you'll be getting option to update your landmark. Even if you don't, it won't be an issue. So the personnel from the company will call you, and they may ask you to send your live location on WhatsApp, or they, if you are in a uh, metropolitan city which is easy to reach, or you're in a main road, they'll be simply visiting your location and they'll give you a call, and you'll be getting your laptops. Yes, if you don't get your earphones or headphones, headsets with that, you need to raise a ticket for that as well. So you'll be getting something like black color generic earphones. So I already have earphones with me, so I won't be raising request for that. Also, you need to, there are some procedures you need to take care of, like setting up a salary account. And one thing I need to mention, that for your PF and for your salary account, you need to connect your Aadhaar card with your number, registered number. So if you haven't done that, you will be facing issue. For say a bank setup, it will take a week, and if you have it linked with your phone number, it will open in 15 minutes. So it will be digitally uh, opened, and it will be really easy process. And for the PF as well, you need to fill out a PF form, and need to all there will be another session with the PF team, and they will also tell you to link your phone number with your Aadhaar card. So do that before and date of joining, so that you don't get out of time with your modules, with your meetings, daily meetings, and all the formalities that are needed during your onboarding and joining. And there is a NGO meeting, new joiner orientation. It is really mandatory, you don't need to skip it. So after a week or just after a few days of date of joining, you'll be getting your NGO meeting, and it is really mandatory. If you don't attend this meeting, you might be penalized for that. So it is, need to make sure you attend this meeting. And there are some set of rules. There would be some ethics training, there would be some training or internet security, and other some mandatory trainings that you need to take care of within a speculated time. So you'll be getting a mail for that as well, and you just need to, as of now, before your TFA, you need to log in, and you need to uh, give your attendance as well. You need to mark your locations and all. You'll be getting in all the details once you are onboarded, and that would be all about it. And for the uh, location and your models of learning won't be changing as of now. So still we have work from home would be there till the end of the year, so you don't need to worry about the location. You'll still be working from home, and even if you're in your location mail and a survey for joining, you'll be getting your joining location, and it would be clearly mentioned that this location, that is the joining location, is not a fixed location, right? It will be mentioned with a mark, and there will be disclaimer that this is not a final joining location. Your joining location may change, or your final location may change as per the requirement or as per decision from the team, right? So this is not your final location. So if you are getting, if you are from Bangalore or getting Kolkata, or you're for getting Hyderabad and you are for someone else, so don't worry, as of now this is not a final location. So that what was all about some of the queries that you have given me, and I've tried to answer almost all of you. If you still have any questions, I have linked my Instagram ID in the description and up here, so you may get in touch with me. And that was all about today's video, and I hope you guys all the best for your upcoming TFA, and congratulations to all of you for those who have your joining dates in August. And I'll be ending this video now. And still, if you still have questions, drop a comment, like this video, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So with this, I'm resting, and I'll see you pretty soon. Thanks.